everyone. Talking business again. Here we've got a local, to me anyway, entrepreneur who has started a little old business that's only little for now, and that is Diana Reid of the Shortbread Company. And Diana's got some amazing stories for you here today about how she started, where the business is going, and how she's managed to get it so successful as it is. So here we go, talking business. Diana Reid of the Shortbread Company. Hello, everyone. We're back on Talking Business, and we've got Diana here with us today. Hello, Diana. How are you today?
Hi, I'm good, thanks. You're
Marvelous. Hello. Thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it. So we're going to be talking about you and your business today, and we'll get stuck into the business in a few moments' time. But first of all, I've got to ask for the students who don't know, who is Diana Reid?
Hi, everyone. So I'm Diana Reid. I'm the CEO and founder of the Shortbread Company. It is actually just me in the business at the moment. I do work also with one other person, but we'll go into that in more detail.
Sure.
So I started off in a care career, just
Right.
working in like care homes and stuff like that. And then I became like a care home manager after some years. And then I had some children. And so, and I was made redundant at the same time. And so I really started to look at alternative things to do that didn't involve shifts. So I started online businesses. I tried blogging and developing online courses and things like that, and more of a personal development space. And so I did some of that. So yeah.
Wow, fascinating. And you've already hit on some of the things then, but I've heard other people say that you start off going this way and then you end up going this way. And you take those kind of life choices as you go along there. So what did you study? Did you go college, university, things like that?
No, I actually studied leisure and tourism. So I wanted to be
Same. Yes, same.
yeah. So I wanted to, be in the tourism space and
Yeah.
be an air hostess, but then I also like that hospitality thing. So yeah, that's what I originally did. Then I think I did a computer programming course after that, and then
Wow.
I just got into care. But when I got into care, I actually really liked it, and so I made my career out of that.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, I just wanted to actually, from a very young age, I wanted to be entrepreneur. So
Right. And you always had that kind of in the back of your mind then, by the sense of it.
Mind, I
Yeah.
just want to be an entrepreneur. Don't know what it is, but I like that.
Yeah, it takes a while to find out sometimes.
Yeah.
Did you go to university?
I didn't go to I did like a year at university doing
Okay.
psychology. That's another, so
is that another story for another day, but we need a couple of hours? Yeah.
I want to do be a psychologist as well. Very
Wow.
ambitious.
You are. That's right. Yeah. Tick every box while you're going along. That's brilliant. So yeah, I mean, thank you for that, because we try and when we talk to the students, we try and say that there are a variety of options out there, and you've proven that in like the first 2 minutes of this. How many industries could we squeeze in to like a 2-minute chat? That's absolutely amazing. And now, so after all that journey, you have set up the Shortbread Company. So, the clue's in the title, really. But tell us a bit about the Shortbread Company and how that came about then. How does that exist from somebody who studied leisure and tourism, psychology, a bit of computer programming, and was a care manager? So how does that turn into the Shortbread Company?
So one day, just on a random day, I woke up and I was like, I'm going to teach my little girls how to make shortbread.
Okay.
I don't like cupcakes because it's too messy, and any cake making, I'm not really good at that. I thought, I think I can make shortbread. I think I liked making that when I was younger.
Yeah.
Let me make shortbread. So I was teaching them how to make it. So, went to the shop, got a couple of ingredients that I didn't have. And I just we began making it. And then I was like, oh, you know what? You guys can sell it to like family and friends. And then we started to get creative with like flavors and how it looked and shapes and things like that. And it was coming up to Christmas as well, so I thought, this is a really good idea to just sell to family and friends. And then it just started there. And then it was like, okay, I'm just going to do a social media page as well, like Snapchat at the time. And so we were driving around doing all these deliveries and stuff like that. And then Christmas came and went. And so I thought, oh, that was a good little,
Yeah, that was fun.
time.
Yeah.
But then people still wanted shortbread. They were like saying, no, I want to buy shortbread. This is like January,
Right.
February.
And this isn't your plan. You're like, I'm kind of done now. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh, Christmas is over now. Like, why do
Yeah.
people still want for birthday? It was for birthdays or whatever. And so the girls got bored actually. So they were
Okay.
at this point, they weren't interested. People wanted shortbread. And so I thought, you know what, if people still want shortbread like throughout the year, then why not make it into like a business?
Yeah.
And so I registered the company later that year and then relaunched and renamed it because it was named something else, and rebranded it and everything, and launched again a year later.
Wow. What kind of time frame we're looking at here, and how long's the Shortbread Company been going for?
So we registered and everything in 2018. So
So it's still a relatively new business then. So okay, fantastic. Well, that's amazing to hear. How that was never like a life plan or a life goal or anything. You're just literally helping your family out, hanging out with your kids, and all of a sudden you own a business. So yeah, amazing. So when it comes to this Shortbread Company, I was having a look at your website, and you said you've got all the different flavors, and I noticed you've got vegan items as well. You've got some of your vegan shortbreads. Is that a market that you've seen kind of taken off, or have people requested that?
a bit of both. So people have requested it, and I've tried it early in the business, and I found a recipe that was really good that I really like. So yeah, it's a thing now. Yeah. So there's no like gluten-free. I don't have the gluten-free. I've tried that. It was like a disaster. But the vegan ones are really, really good. So yeah, there's a
Brilliant.
market for that.
Brilliant. Yeah, because I mean, looking at your flavors and looking at all the different things you do and packages and things like that, how do you know what people want? I mean, some of our students have been studying market research, and we look at the theory. But for somebody like you, how do you know that people want vegan biscuits or caramel flavored shortbread and the packages that you do for Mother's Day and things like that? How do you know what people want?
Okay, so one of the things that I did do was go on an accelerator, an entrepreneurs and accelerator program.
Okay.
And there could bring in like lots of samples and things like that. And it was in a bank as well. So you could have days where you could have samples, and it's about testing and giving people samples. Because before I used to have a wider range of flavors, but everybody didn't want all those flavors, even though I'm going to be bringing some of them back out again for other purposes. But so it was just about trial and error and just testing which flavors were most popular that could actually narrow down to keep the business going, or to
Oh right, so rather than spread yourself like too thin trying to do everything, focus on a few, get the quality where you want it to be, and then you've got
incorporate those flavors back in as I'm growing. Yeah.
Right, cool. And how is your business growing, Minnie? Have you grown much in the last couple of years? Obviously, COVID's been a bit different. So have you been growing as a business, or have you just been trying to survive? I mean, how's that working out for you?
So as of last year, when the pandemic initially hit, it was like, it just went quiet. I think everybody just
we
really
stopped
quiet.
everything.
And then Mother's Day came, and it started to pick up there, and then Easter, and then it just was like started to pick up. So I was really busy throughout last year, and everyone was at home, and that's when everyone started to get online and things like that. So it did actually begin to really pick up. And then Christmas was amazing. So it was really busy last year Christmas.
Yeah.
So I think it's just growing nicely. And then now I've brought somebody else on board to do like the social media, and then I'm going to be working with another company who's going to be doing like B2B, the B2B side of things, because I haven't had the time to really focus on that, and that's not really like my speciality or anything like that. So that's going to be good as well.
Yeah. So what would you say your speciality is? Then is it in the production of the biscuits itself, the shortbread itself? Is that
social media? I do really love that. All the aspects of social media, from creating posts and email marketing. Because previously, when I used to do like all the blogging and online courses, I had to do all that anyway. So it kind of came naturally to do the social media and things like that. But I can't just do everything, so I had to kind of let somebody else take.
Yeah.
Role.
And you really know, I mean, I think I might know the answer to this already, but you're talking about the big events during the year, your Mother's Day, your Easter, your Christmas, things like that. Do you see real spikes, and is it like a real roller coaster for you during the year, and you have like really quiet times and then massively busy times where you can't fulfill, it's hard to get all the orders in? Are you on that kind of roller coaster of demand as the year goes through?
Yes and no. So
Okay.
Christmas last year was just crazy. Literally, even had order like from Facebook, like Facebook themselves, like
Yeah.
the actual companies. That was like amazing. But and then just it was just really busy, which I wasn't expecting. But then it went quiet in January. But people were still ordering, but it was just quiet, really quiet. Then yeah, Valentine's Day. And I guess it goes with your promoting and how consistent you are as well with the promoting and things like that. But there are spikes, and I think as I grow, those spikes will be bigger. But
Yeah.
those events come and go so quickly as well. And then it's the next one, and then it's the next one, and then before you
Yeah,
know
they
it,
do, don't they? Yeah, there's always something coming up, isn't there? That people can say, "Oh, what do I need shortbread for?" That's where it kind of comes in.
yeah.
Yeah. So with regards to promotion, then, because we read the textbooks and the theory that you do this, you do that, and you pay a lot of money, or is it free? How do you promote the Shortbread Company? How do people find out about it if they've not heard of you before?
So you got your Facebook, you got Instagram, and which I use mainly, those two channels mainly. I do have a Twitter account as well, bit of Pinterest. So yeah, those channels. But also I think what one of the most important things is Google search.
Okay.
So having like SEO on the website and making sure that your website's optimized so that people can find you just by doing a search, I think is really, really important as well.
Yeah, and I think, I see the way students use Google, and me myself, the idea that there's a second page of Google search results is just mind-blowing. So unless you are in the top like 5, 10 things on there, people just don't go past, do they? They kind of hit.
No one's not really going to go to the next page, really, unless you really.
Exactly. You really got to be digging deep for some, presents and things, haven't you, if you're hitting that second page of Google? So, yeah. Oh, interesting. That's really interesting, and it's great to hear that social media is important to you as well. And I guess that's why you've taken a social media person on, so you can do more of that.
Yes, it can do more, make it more consistent, because it's
Yeah.
hard when you're trying to bake and do that and all at the same time. So having been able to take somebody else on,
Yeah,
is good.
Yeah. What's your work-life balance like then? I mean, you've said about your children and things like that, because, we talk about entrepreneurs and we say, oh, you get to be your own boss. Oh, cool. I can just get up when I want. I can do this. I can have as many days off as I want. What's life really like as an entrepreneur like yourself who's,
Difficult.
yeah.
For me personally, I think I could do with being a bit more structured, like having my
Right.
days more planned out, because I could plan and then things would change. So but now I'm beginning to realize, no, actually you need to have more focus. So you've got to be more focused. Like your days are really, because my brother loves to call me, oh, what are we doing today? No, actually I'm actually working.
Kind of working.
Yeah, it was before. I'd be like, oh yeah, what are we doing today? Like, but now I'm like really like focused. So
Yeah.
9 till 5 or whatever it is,
Yeah.
which is not really 9 till 5. It's actually just all day. I could
Oh,
literally 24 hours a day if I wanted to.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah, just having that boundary to say, no, these
Yeah.
are my work days. This I'm off at this time, this
Yeah.
day, or the week, like maybe Saturday afternoon or.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah,
you've got to, haven't you? For your mental health and your physical health. It's even if it's doing something you love, you've still got to be able to kind of go, no, switch it off. And that's difficult to do sometimes. But how important is it then? You spoke about the accelerator program.
yeah.
How important is it then to have like a support network arrangement? Do you have people you can bounce ideas off? Are they honest with you about your ideas, or is it just you going, I hope this works?
Yeah, it's really important to have like-minded people around you.
Mm.
I'm really introverted, so it's like really difficult to, I mean, to go out there and want to be around like lots of people. It's actually really important, and I really actually do love it and enjoy going to, when pre-lockdown, going to networking meetings and being around other business owners or entrepreneurs, and also on the accelerator program. That was really good because you around other people who are facing the same challenges as you know doing the same things as you and having the same conversations. So that is really important, to build like a network of people that you can talk to and relate to in what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Super. And what's so a lot of these questions have come from the students, and one of the ones I liked here was what's the biggest challenge and biggest reward of running your own business? You've obviously worked in places where you've worked for other people, so now that it's you running the show, what's the biggest challenge and what's the biggest reward that's come from running your own business?
Okay, so biggest challenge would be getting started. That's
Right.
just going to be one of the biggest things, like not putting it off till things are perfect. Just get started, straight away. Just start taking steps, and also being consistent, and also your mindset's really important. Having that mindset to
Right.
actually grow a business, to actually do it, because what you think and how you think is going to impact your actions and what you do. So mindset's really important. So, and then rewards is the growth, the customers, the people, what you do. You have to be passionate about it as well. And so, and who are you serving? Like, how is it helping them? And so when you look at your why for why you're doing it, then that is a huge reward. If you're helping, when you're helping other people.
Yeah, but why? I like that. That's really nice. I like that a lot. So looking at, reading the NatWest article that you did, and the importance of local and independent businesses. Obviously, if we'd done this interview a year ago, it'd be very different. But how important has it been to support these local and independent businesses like yourself? Because I can click on the Morrison's website and I can choose shortbread and it can be delivered in my house. So why should we be supporting local and independent businesses like yourself then?
So I would normally have done the same, but as I'm growing and as I'm learning, and as I am also an independent business owner, I'm seeing the value and the importance of supporting other business owners. And
Mm-hmm.
I think it's actually better. Yeah, it can be more expensive, but if you think about all the passion, all the all the time it's taken to handcraft something, if it's a handcrafted product, and the time it's taken, it's actually giving more value. And so when you're buying that, you're having more value, for yourself, or if it's a gift, then you're giving more value. And to keep things local as well, you have like a local economy and keep that growing as well. And just that community
Yeah.
of supporting independent or local, it's really, really good for the person on the receiving end and the person using this.
Yeah, definitely. The local community thing is definitely something that you forget sometimes what's around you, don't you? You forget that there's people in all these houses trying to earn a living and trying to provide for families, and also trying to make people's lives better by offering products and services. So it is nice for you're right. Sometimes it can be more expensive, but you are really giving back to that local community, and it's great to hear that from somebody who's actually doing it. So what's next for the Shortbread Company then? Where do you go from here? Do you have big plans in the pipeline, or are you just kind of growing naturally as people want more and more, or what's coming up?
I have big plans. So as I was saying, I'm working with another company now. They're like a world-renowned marketing company.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to where that's going to be going, like working with businesses and things like that, and expanding the products that we have as well.
Yeah.
And generally just growing. And so I'm excited.
Wow. Yeah. So big things coming from a short. Well, I'm glad I've got you now then. Before you're in meetings in LA and Tokyo and things, and I can't get hold of you. So, that's so exciting. Are you excited about that, or are you nervous?
Yeah, very, very excited. I'm nervous and excited.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Every step, everything that happens new, every new product is like you do get nervous, but
Yeah.
it's also exciting at the same time.
Oh, let me ask you. I think three more questions. Um,
Ah,
if you're hiring people, so for our students who are going into the world of work and apprenticeships and university and all that kind of really different environment, what do you look for in people you're hiring? If you're going to expand, say, what would you look for in the people you're hiring?
I'd look for um, willingness to learn.
Okay.
So if that person's enthusiastic and willing to learn more than having all the necessary skills, I think the ability to learn something new and to put that into practice is more important. So I'd look for that. I'd look for, somebody who is interested in what they're doing, is interested in who they're going to be working for. So if they're working for the Shortbread Company, they'd have to be interested in what we're doing as well.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, very nice. Very nice. That's fascinating to hear that you want people who essentially care, isn't it? That they care about themselves, they care about the business. Yeah, really interesting to hear. Thank you for the honest answer. Students, please listen. Okay. It's like a real, hirer here. Two more then. Social media. Obviously, as a business, you do it. Pretty much all our students are on social media. I won't tell you what they put on it because I don't want to know either. But how important is it in terms of social media personally? I mean, do you have personal social media accounts? Are you careful and mindful of what you put on because of your link to the business?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, because people, the first thing people do these days, whether it's a business owner or whether it's like for employment,
Mm.
they don't just go by your CV. They look at your social
Mm.
media accounts, and
Mm.
that's one of the first things that they're going to look at. So yeah, it's just to be mindful about what you are posting, and if you are applying for a job and then posting like something that goes against the job that you're applying
Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
it's definitely mindful
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, and I've heard other people say that as well. That when they look through like Twitter feeds or Instagram posts, if there's the slightest hint of racism, sexism, discrimination, inappropriate comments, then you're not even getting interviewed, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's really, I guess, maybe how it should be. Because would you want people like that working for you anyway? So another question, man, last one, but I haven't prepped you for. I'm just putting you on the spot. If you could go back to when you were 17, 18, like my students are, if you could go back to then and give yourself a piece of advice that you wish you could listen to and then take with you as you go on your career and life journey, what would that piece of advice be?
I'd say, first of all, listen to the advice now and not wait until, I should have listened to the advice back then. Like,
Yeah.
listen to all the good advice when you're young and take it on board and begin to take action. And if you do want to start a business, it's better to get started early and learn and fail and grow and learn as well. And yeah, just listen, have mentors and take
Mm.
on board what they say, and just not don't give up on your dreams. Just keep dreaming big and just go for it.
Lovely. Go for it. Love that. Love that. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's great to hear the honest answers, and somebody who's in the throes of starting a small business. And isn't it nice as well to hear positivity? The media is constantly about how terrible things are, and things are terrible. I'm not saying they're not,
Well, yeah,
but to hear about yourself growing your business during this situation is just really inspirational. So thank you. Really appreciate it.
thank you. It's been
Yeah.
a pleasure.
Yeah, so stay on, and we'll say a proper cheerio in a minute. I'll stop the recording now. I'll just say thanks again, and yeah, we'll see you again, Diana. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Diana, for that insight into what it takes and how you go about and how the ideas come to start an independent, local, small business, and then how that business can then change so that it's no longer local, small, and possibly independent as it grows. Some absolutely brilliant advice. Our students, anybody watching this, please take it on board. Make sure you get yourself over to the Shortbread Company's website, check out their social media, treat yourself to some shortbread, and keep supporting your local and independent businesses. All right. Thanks again for watching. Really appreciate it. If you like this, and how could you not, then please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and do all these fun things. And we'll see you again on the next episode of Talking Business. Thanks very much. Bye bye.